Go away!
Halliwax, you're back in the shed. I actually have a package here from TXQ. James, I was talking with James, and all of a sudden I got this package here, so I wanted to open it up. Unfortunately, I tried to remove the shipping label, and it ruined the finish, which I'm kind of disappointed about, because I would have really liked to display this, considering that this is some kind of gift. So I'm going to open this up and see what he sent. The package is rather heavy. You can hear it. It's heavy. Okay, all right, we're almost there. I don't know which side's up. What? No. You gotta be kidding me. Holy crap, it's installed. You gotta be kidding me. Wow, okay. Was not expecting this. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Alright, so this is TXQ's newest Book of Boba Fett version. Holy, wow, this is wicked. Wow. Wow. So, and they hid the hole. They don't have the exposed hole anymore. Holy smokes. Oh, shoot. He listened. He listened. Look at this. I gotta make sure I keep this in frame. Holy smokes. This is insane. Oh, thank God. This is insane. Wow. Look how much different the chassis is now. Wow. So even the inside, I don't know if you can see this, but the inside has some kind of, is it a nylon finish inside that holds this in? There's some knurling inside there. I'll have to take a picture. Wow. Oh, so is there an on-off switch? Oh, there's too much for me to process right now. So James sent me this package. Here's the cap. I'm messing this video all up. I have to apologize because my mind's going all over the place right now. Okay, I have to back up and take a minute and process this stuff. So James sent me the newest version of their Book of Boba Fett saber, which is the clean version. And he listened to me with the removable pommel cap. So now you can have a static pommel cap for display. He also removed the hole, so there's no more hole there. The finish is really nice silver anodize. Almost, it's got to be brushed. It's got like a brushed finish to it. Yeah. The tri-ring is in a much better location too. They changed the hole in the tri-ring, which is great. He kept the Phillips screws. The threads are beautiful. Really nice brass, it looks like. Neck, that's definitely brass. Holy smokes, I can't believe this. Let's see. Oh, the buttons are over here? What the heck?
Pixel number 482.
Oh boy. I gotta get the instructions. What did I do now? I can't focus right now. One button operation. Wow. Okay. The button light is on. 12 blade colors, 9 effects, 11 boot effects. Standby mode, power on. Tap the button. I think there's...
Power on.
Wow. They got lights going in it now. Son of a gun. Okay, so power on. We had to wake it up. Turn on, tap button. Wow. I don't know how to switch it.
Ignition 2.
Ignition 2. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna have to pack this up and go in the basement. This is crazy. I can't believe he did this. I can't believe it. Okay, so last you saw me, I opened this up in the shed, and I was wicked surprised what James sent me. So it's been a few weeks since then, and I've read the owner's manual, and I actually went on YouTube and watched a bunch of videos because I am totally new to SN Pixel. But the more that I have researched and experimented with this, the more I really like it. And this is the honest to God's truth. Everything that I'm stating today, right now, is my honest opinion. I'm not being biased because this was gifted to me. I seriously like the SN Pixel setup. It makes it very user-friendly. I have very limited computer skills. I have a very old computer. My computer's 13 years old, so I really don't have the ability to do some of this stuff even if I wanted to because I'm limited with the hardware I have. But what I found wicked interesting was this has like 22 sound fonts on it already, and you can actually control through each sound font. You can actually control the blade. The blade has like, I think it's 9 different profiles. There's a steady blade, a flickering blade, a fire blade, a rainbow blade. Ton of those options. Not only does the blades have that kind of option, but you also can control what kind of ignition the blade has, or what kind of retraction the blade has. You can control this all with the 2-button setup. You can read this in the user manual. There's also a great video that I saw on YouTube where he goes through everything. I'll leave that in the description below, a link in the description below. Forgive me, I forget your name right now, but the guy goes through all the commands. But what I like the most is there's an actual app interface that talks to the Saber, and you can control it through the app. My iPhone 13 Pro won't talk to it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Everything's updated. I've uninstalled the app, reinstalled the app. It won't work. But my mom's old iPad, it works just fine. So let me just boot up this and go through a couple of sound fonts, and then I want to show you how I can control this thing with the iPad, which I think is wicked cool.
Power on.
The lights light up. I believe this is a fire blade right now.
Cal Kestis.
You can lock it up. She bounces all over the place. Another cool thing is the gestures. If I stab like this, you'll actually see a flicker go down it, which I think is pretty wild. It's also got gesture commands. There we go. This green one I like. Tip drag. Lock up. Got some good sound to it. Blaster deflect. Now let me show you how we can control this thing with the app. once we do this, I want to try and throw some sound fonts on because it's very easy. Well, it looks very easy online. So I already downloaded some fonts. So let's try this here. Let me screen record this. So you just power it up. This is sound font 19. We light effect.
Music 3. Music 4. Music 5. Music 6.
There's all different kinds of effects. 9 effects.
Music 8. Music 9. Music 1.
This is that flickering one.
Music
I think
2.
this would be more of like the original trilogy.
Music 1. Music 3.
3's got a little pulse to it. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's got a little pulse. I like that one a lot.
Music 4.
4 is a rainbow.
Music 3.
So now we'll do the ignition.
Ignition 2. Ignition 1.
So ignition 1 is standard.
Ignition 2.
Ignition 2. We'll do
Ignition 3.
ignition 3. Pretty wild.
Ignition 4.
There's 11 of these things. It's so much easier to control with the app.
Ignition 5.
We'll do 6.
Ignition 6.
Pretty wild, pretty wild.
Ignition 7.
Oh, let's do that one again.
Ignition 8.
That's different.
Ignition 9.
A lot of different things.
Ignition 10.
I don't get it. We'll do that one again. Last one.
Ignition 11.
Okay, we'll bring
Ignition 1.
ignition 1. That's what I like. The post-off effect, I think it's, or power-off effect is what I call it, but I think it's post-off effect. I always refer to it as power-off effect. You can change that. This is the third one. Powering off.
This DJ is official.
I don't get it. Last one. I just leave those. I'm not a lightsaber guy. I'm a Star Wars guy, so I would leave that on 1. There's all sorts of stuff. The volume you can control. There's color step. So it will go through the colors, flash through the colors. There's also smooth color, so you can have this thing slowly roll into the next color on the color wheel. We do blaster. Control the whole thing. Flash. Tip drag. Force. I'm going to turn that off. It also saves it, so I got to go back a second. Go forward. Oh, I need to go green. Wait for it to go green. She's on green now. The BMG, that's plays the music. it's wicked interesting what you can do. And with it being on the iPad, it's so much easier for me to control. My main thing now is I've been fooling around with this thing for 2 weeks, and I've downloaded sound fonts, and I've watched tutorials, and I wanted to do this part first before I attempted to change sound fonts in case I screwed this all up and the Saber doesn't work anymore. So I already backed up the SD card on the computer, and I want to try and put some kyberphonic sound fonts on here, and I also want to upgrade the voices that Frugal Jedi did. So we're going to try and do that right now. We got to shut this off.
Power off.
Now, I don't trust the whole taking the SD card out with the battery in, so I'm going to remove the battery. That way I can't screw anything up, or at least it makes it less harder for me to screw things up. The SD card's in there pretty good, so use these tweezers to wiggle her around. Put this in here. Now I have the original SD card backed up twice in case I screw something up. So, original files. I want to try and put Kyberphonics The Last Jedi on here. So now I got the original file here. I'm accessing the SD card. I'm going to go to my documents, sound fonts, my grumpy uncle. So I have my grumpy uncle here. I'm going to go to Profi. And what that guy did was he went and added a new folder. File, new folder. We'll name it 28. And now we take and we bring everything from here into number 28. Alright, so just loaded all those into 28. Now I want to do the voice upgrade. So I have to go, this is 28. I think I have to go into set. Alright, so blades 1 through 11 and hum 1 through 9. I want to find my hum over here, 1 through 9. There's a hum 10. Alright, so I'm going to go like this. Copy all this. I'm going to paste it in here. Replace to all. Okay, so I think that's going to do it. I think. Close this out, eject the card. If this works, I'd be super impressed. Because realistically, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Power up.
Power up. Okay, so we're gonna put this in here.
Connected.
Okay, she's connected.
Connected.
We're gonna go.
Prepare a boarding party.
So next should be go away.
Go away.
Maybe it's green. Yes. It works. It's so easy a Halliwax can do it. This is wicked easy. So that goes to show how easy it is to add sound fonts to this thing. It's drag and drop. It's super, super easy. I am super impressed. Seems like everything works. Stab. It's freaking wicked. So while I'm sitting here editing this video and catching up on the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, no really, I'm a diehard fan, been watching since season 1, and ironically Tanya, she just moved into my town. I bumped into her at Stop and Shop, and I think I may have a chance with her. Just saying. Anyway, I'm about to state all the things I love about this SN Pixel, and while editing I realized I left out the one thing that I don't like about it. So the only negative thing that I can say about this SN Pixel is that you can't go back a sound font. You can only progress forward. So there's 30 folders on this thing, so if I skip the sound font that I want, I have to go through each one all the way until I get back to where I want to be. If you have the app working on your phone, it's not a problem because you can go back, forwards, whatever you want to do. Maybe it is possible, but I just haven't discovered it yet. I've checked the internet, I've checked YouTube, I've read the manual, I've Googled and got the manual right off their site, and there's nothing stating how to go backwards a sound font manually. If you're watching and you know how to do it, if you could post in the comment section below with instructions on how to do it, I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, this isn't a deal breaker for me. It wouldn't stop me from purchasing another one. It's just, I find it takes forever to get through all 30 folders. I personally am going to cut most of those folders out because I only need 6 blades anyway. A couple greens, a couple blues, and a couple reds. Realistically and honestly, that's the only negative thing that I personally find with this SN Pixel. So now with that out of the way, let's continue with this video. So I'm like super impressed with this SN Pixel stuff because of how easy you can drag and drop these sound fonts, and like I said, you saw me do it live on screen, maybe 2 minutes. You open up a new folder in the SN card, drag your sound fonts into that new folder, and you're done. I'm going to give a big shout out to the guys on YouTube that I've taken this information from. I wouldn't have been able to do it without their videos. You can grab a link to their original videos in the description below. The Frugal Jedi, I want to thank him for going through and making all those sound font upgrades, those blade profile and ignition profile voice upgrades. It makes a lot more sense now and much clearer. I also want to thank him for saving me all that time. He did all the hard work. He has a link in his description of the video where you can go and download the files and just simply drag and drop. Because it was a lot of work. He made them, converted them, and then hosted them. So I got to thank him. I want to thank the YouTuber, forgive me, I forget your name, that went through all the commands. There was a little bit of a language barrier, which I had a hard time understanding when reading this. Like, they use the terminology breath a lot. I don't get that. But with that guy's video, he goes through the whole thing, and it helped me out a lot. I also want to give a big shout out to Kyberphonic sound fonts. I downloaded them right off his website. I got an email. You follow the link, you download it, open up the folder, and like I said, simple drag and drop. I seriously think I don't understand. Like, for me, put it this way, for me, SN Pixel is the way for me to go. The Profi stuff is nice, but one, I really don't have a reliable computer. You've seen it. She's old. With Profi stuff, I guess you have to do it on Windows-based computers. I don't know, but it looks like everybody that I watch online has Windows-based computers. I'm all Mac. My whole entire house is Mac, so that I'd have to buy a Windows standard computer just to edit Profi. This stuff here, this SN Pixel stuff, it's just simple drag and drop. And then there's so many options you can do with the app. Well, you don't need the app. You can do it all with the buttons. But the app makes it so much easier and quicker. There's so many options. That's all I need. For me, for Halliwax, this is all I need in a lightsaber. I don't need anything else. Especially that I can edit these sound fonts. So I'm wicked happy and wicked impressed with this SN stuff. I don't even know if I'm using that terminology correctly, SN Pixel. But I have to give a major shout out to James at TXQ Sabers. I just randomly got this package on my doorstep, and totally blown away at what was inside. I thought it was an empty one, so I could take my electronics from the one that I previously got and install in this. I cannot believe he sent me an installed one, so I have to give a major shout out to TXQ. Matter of fact, right now, about 2 days ago, he posted that he's got the newest revision of this out, which is like the Halliwax edition. Everything that I mentioned in my video and the steps that I took to accurize it, he now incorporates in it. So he's got the newest Book of Boba Fett version out. It's even labeled correctly, Book of Boba Fett, Luke Mando, saber. So you can grab those right now exclusively at ccsabers.com. There'll be a link in the description below. I recommend that that's the only place you purchase them from, because there's a couple of bogus websites out there, and CC Sabers is very reliable, and they have the newest one in stock right now. It's got the correct screws, the static pommel cap, and an upgraded tri-ring. So what I really like about TXQ is they listen, and they work fast. I mean, I did that just a few weeks ago, and he's already, altered it and fixed it. So huge shout out to James at TXQ. I can't believe he did this. So another big thing is my boy Anakin Starkiller. This is his original model, and I wouldn't be able to have it if it wasn't for him giving the model to TXQ. Matter of fact, Anakin Starkiller worked with TXQ again and gave them his Ezra files. So now the Ezra saber that you can get from TXQ is actually designed by Anakin Starkiller, and CC Sabers has that in stock as well right now. So I'm curious to see what Starkiller comes up with next. Again, I want to thank everybody who made this happen. There's a lot of people involved here, and I'm just quickly running through my head, make sure I don't skip anybody, that I didn't skip anybody. But if I did, I'm sure I'm going to mention you in the comment section below. I cannot thank you all enough. This was fun. I was a little intimidated at first, learning this new stuff, but thanks to the power of YouTube and the manual, picked it up really quick. So again, I am just super impressed at how easy and user-friendly this thing is. This is a Halliwax saber, because I'm not a very high-tech person, so this is perfect. I'm quite damn proud of myself that it worked the first time, the first go. Before I sign off, there's just one thing I want to mention. I have been seeing a lot of negativity in this community, a lot of arguing and a lot of negative comments and arguments and a lot of put downs, and I would just want to remind everybody that we're all human, and there's people that are just coming into this community and they have a lot of questions, and they're novices. They don't know much, so we should all be willing to help them or guide them in the right direction. I just wish everybody would be more positive and helpful towards one another, because it's kind of discouraging. It's kind of discouraging to see the negativity and the cocky comments and stuff like that. With everything that's going on in the world today, I use this stuff to escape. And when you go online and you start seeing the negativity, it doesn't help. It doesn't help forget how screwed up the real world is. I just want to say, let's try and be kind to one another and help everyone that comes into this community looking for advice. So, yeah, I just wanted to ask that. So, with all that said, I want to thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video. This is Halliwax.